Hey everyone. So, Screamortality judging is almost over. We've got about 20 hours left, and after that point, I'll find out how well Nightbear did. Um, if you've been watching the channel, then you know that I've been doing playthroughs of a lot of the other submissions, and I've rated pretty much all the ones that I can play on here. Um, there were two others that I really liked. One that I kind of liked. Black Blizzard and Kept Hidden were really good. Um, and like, either of those, if those beat out Nightbear, then I'm all for it. Those were really deserving. Um, the others I might get salty. A lot of these some of these were very much someone's first game attempt sort of thing, which it's a game jam. That's sort of what it's there for, but they also shouldn't win. Um, but yeah, that's what's up with the game jam. With the Nightmare itself, I do intend to continue developing it. I think it's got legs. I think it is a project that can definitely be developed into a full game and do well. Um, so, um, so what have I been doing on Nightbear? I've got two things. The main thing I've been doing is just a lot of the infrastructure. Towards the end of a project, you sort of stop doing things the right way and start doing things the fast way. And I've definitely done a lot of that in the last few days of Nightbear. So I had to go in, clean a lot of that stuff up, get things more in the right place, and that makes stuff a little bit more robust. Um, One of the things that came up during this process is it's come up um, during previous things is has to do with sound effects. So if you're working with a sound designer, or it's actually also the same if you're just getting free available sound effects from the internet, anything like that. Um, then you say, okay, I need sounds of a bear running across a bed. I need footsteps. So your sound designer says, great, let me get you some footsteps, and then they'll send you this. Uh, they'll send you this. Hold on a second. There it is. Yeah. So they'll send you that. And if you've ever tried to implement footsteps, you know that is not going to work. It's going to be nearly impossible to get those to sync up with the bear's actual footsteps. It's just going to look like it's out of sync. Like you could play it as a looping sound effect, but it's not going to be, it's not going to be great. Um, what can you do instead? Well, you can go back to the to the sound guy and be like, hey, I actually need this as a single footstep, and that's what we did. Uh, that's the footstep that we ended up using in the game. But now that I have a little bit more time, I decided to develop a tool to make this easier. I call it Audio Clip Segment. Here's the clip editor. So what does this do? It lets you divide up audio clips into segments. So this doesn't actually impact the original file at all. If you're playing one of these, you go to the audio source. It's going to show you that it's playing, the original, footsteps on bed. This full clip, but it's going to have a little babysitter script that's going to start it and stop it at the exact right times, so that it's only playing a segment of that clip. And this comes with extension methods so that you can use it basically just seamlessly as if it were an audio clip. So let's say I want the first step here. Click on snip and drag here, and there's my first step. And it really is that simple. It's actually a little bit simpler than that. So let me pull this. Let me put this over here. Um, and I'll go ahead and delete that segment. I'm gonna click on. Let's just call this steps here, and we'll click on auto. And so now, as you drag your mouse up and down on this, it's going to attempt to automatically separate this into various clips. There's also a slider here called time resolution, and basically, if you drag this to the right spot, you can fine tune it to be exactly where you want it to be, and suddenly you've got all these footsteps. Click on this one. There's a footstep. Click on here. There's a footstep. And so this has been a really cool tool, and I expect it's going to be something I'm going to use on almost every project I work on that uses sound going forward. So it just creates all of these, which you can drag into which you can use basically as if they're audio clips. You just replace, in your script file, you just replace the word audio clip with audio clip segment, and you're pretty much good to go. One thing that I might do at some point is figure out a way to make it so that you don't have to do a underscore. You don't have to create a segment for a full clip like this. It might figure out a way to automatically derive that and convert it, something like that. Haven't quite figured out how to make that work, but that would be a nice convenience factor. But aside from that, these are really cool. It has some other features too, like you can tweak volume curve over the time of the clip. You can set each clip to loop. You can randomize the pitch as well, or offset the pitch by a step, as in like a musical note, which it handles the calculations for going up and down an octave based on pitch. So it's got some really cool features. But there is something cooler that I want to show you. That is so if you played the Nightbear Screamortality version, you know that there is a teaser at the end where this giant spider comes up from the from behind the bed, and then it says to be continued. We definitely planned on having that boss fight be a boss fight in the game, but we didn't really have time to develop it, and now we do. So I've been prototyping some gameplay for that boss fight, so here's how that's going. So you've got these giant arms that sort of come here and sweep across the bed, and you've got these targets that you can try and hit. They flash a little bit. But what's really cool about it, if I can stop sucking at my own game, is you can run up these arms. So this is a very Shadows of the Colossus inspired gameplay element. Just a second there. His animation cycle is going to go up, and then it'll come back down, and then it'll run up the arms. But he's got he's got like enemy spawners up on the basically on his shoulders. But if you jump up here, so yeah, you can see I'm now sort of locked to the arm movement, and that's if you've programmed a platformer in Unity, you know this is not the easiest thing to do and to make look correct. And so you can run up here and attack his weak spots. Just the default behavior for a Unity object is that you sort of slide without moving when something moves underneath you. But I've got a system developed here it's like shockingly easy to implement, and should be versatile to like literally any kind of movement. Like this right here, this is driven by an animator. If this was driven by physics, that would work equally as well. If it was driven by script, it would work equally as well there. If it was resizing, it would work seamlessly. It would basically work in every scenario that I could conceive of. This would work seamlessly. So I'm going to make a tutorial about that pretty soon here, because it's not a technique I've seen before, but it's incredibly useful. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I hope you'll subscribe to the channel for more updates on what this fight looks like eventually, when it's not just a bunch of cubes. and also if you want to learn how to do some of the things that are going on here, yeah, subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos, and I'll see you next time.